Last time we hung out at Raby Bay for a while and carried out the scheduled service on the engine. While making this episode I came across the red screen, which surprisingly doesn't happen that often. Finally made it out of the marina after getting fuel. It took us about an hour waiting for everybody, and yeah, just people taking forever. Guests. Day after Boxing Day, so everybody's still in holiday mode for sure. Today is one of those days when we are beating a catamaran. Doesn't happen often, so it leaves us a few ideas, but maybe we won't discuss those ideas on camera. So we've changed our course. We were on our way to the southern tip of Mccleay, but we've had some recommendations from our friends that Dean Bobbin, what is it called? Dean Billa, that's the one. Dean Billa Bay, or whatever it is on Stradbroke Island. It's quite a nice spot. We're just going past Horseshoe Bay at Mccleay Island on our port bow, and there are about 558 boats in there.
He may be exaggerating.
So we're not going to bother with that. Although we could probably anchor up here. It's 4.6 meters of water. But no, we're going to try this other anchorage at Stradbroke and see how we go. We might do Mccleay tomorrow, depending on how we go. But yeah, we've got 12 knots off the front quarter on the port bow.
I can count 60 boats.
60 boats?
But I can count. So there may be more than that, but I can't see behind them. 60
boats in Horseshoe Bay? Possibly. But they're quite far away, so you probably need to get the binos out and all that sort of stuff. But anyway, we've got between 12 and 15 knots of breeze on the front quarter coming from the north, and we are doing about 4.2 knots, which is fine because we should be arriving at our destination in the next hour, so we're not too worried about getting any more speed than this. Over there is where we're going. Stradbroke Island, Dean Billa. So this thing here is a 12-volt charger for the MacBook Pro, and it gets pretty hot to the point where it started melting pieces. So I'm going to try and cut the end off and put some heavy duty wires in there or something, because I think the charger's alright, just the actual connector is no good. It's not a cheap piece of equipment either. I think it was cost about $50. But yeah, there's no JB Hi-Fi nearby, so just gonna cut it up, and the same thing will happen again, I'm sure. The modifications turned out pretty well, and we're now able to charge the laptop from 12 volts instead of having to use the inverter. A number of people call Stradbroke Island home, and we could really see why. What a beautiful place. Would you like to explain where we are?
We are at Point Lookout at the moment. We just caught the bus across from Dulwich and
Dunwich.
And it's beautiful here. Very rugged coastline. Yeah, it's really nice. Really busy though, lots and lots of people, so but yeah, lovely.
What's broken?
The gas just started hissing.
Sure that wasn't the rock back there.
I think it might have been the rock back there.
Or the undefined animal.
Oh, don't film that. Oh, we're at the most amazing shop apparently. Low tide. Well, it's probably not even low tide. But when we arrived, put the boat all the way up there. It's a long way to push her out.
We're both puffing.
Yeah.
Come quite far. We're up by that tree over there. You can see our marks. Well, we've dragged the boat so far. It's a little bit tiring. I'm glad we don't have an aluminium dinghy though. At least this is quite light.
Stuck in for the day.
One more. Good morning. So we've spent the last 3 or 4 days here at Deanbilla Anchorage, Stradbroke Island, and we are going to leave this beautiful anchorage because the winds are swapping around to the southeast, and this anchorage is not very pleasant from the southeast apparently. So we're going to use that easterly, hopefully, to sail down to Mccleay Island, which is about 10 miles from here, I think. So it might even be a motor sail. Looking at conditions now, it's a complete glass out. Yeah, it looks like we'll be in and around Mccleay Island for New Year's, so should be fun. Hopefully there's not too many yobbos out there. But yeah, this anchorage has been pretty packed ever since we've been here. I can see Horseshoe Bay in the distance there, and it's absolutely packed. All you see is masts and boats and things. And our friends over there in SV²I. Ferry coming in, dropping in a load of tourists for the day. And that's Horseshoe Bay over there. And you can just see that conveyor belt off the front of the boat. Back in the 50s, Stradbroke Island was home to a sand mine. It ceased to operate in 2019 due to its environmental impact. The conveyor was used to load ships with sand and still remains as a bit of a reminder. So we've had a bit of fun today. Had to re-anchor 3 times. We anchored up yesterday and it looked alright, but I think we might have dragged a little bit and we got real close to another boat, so we decided to pick the anchor up and move to a different spot, give him some space. And then we might have misjudged how close the bank was when we anchored up for the second time. At this point, the wind scrambled my voice. I was saying that we decided to wait until the current stopped flowing before trying to re-anchor for the 3rd time, because a strong current makes it very hard to reset the anchor if the boat is being pushed in the wrong direction. It's a very shallow spot just behind us, so looks like we'll be okay. The tide will be dropping even more tomorrow, so fingers crossed. But yeah, we've put the anchor down again and it seems to be taken. So I'll get some sleep tonight. No dragging, please.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
You do it again?
Next time we continue southwards and negotiate a few tight spots as we weave our way to the Gold Coast. We tie up at Craig's pontoon on the Cooma River and continue with a few outstanding boat jobs.